This talk will be about the machine learning and how you can use it to find the value in the automated test, which you can execute along with your Source Labs connection. And just before I will start, I will introduce myself. My name is Dmitry. I'm working in EPAM company, which is located in Belarus. And my experience is over than 13 years in software development. And I have the Java background and currently lead development of the accelerators within the testing competency center. You may ask yourself, where is the Belarus? And it is located not that far away from the Eastern Europe. Is actually just 2.5 hours to fly from the United Kingdom. And the best part about the Belarus is that it's small country, but with the pretty intensive growth of the IT technologies and all the stuff related to the cryptocurrency, to the blockchain and all this stuff. And by the way, we have zero taxes for all the cryptocurrency earnings. So just like for your attention. The company I'm working on called EPAM, it is already a huge company, which is more than 25 years old with 40,000 engineers across the globe. And we are the specialized service partner of Source Labs. So basically can help you with any stuff you have across the Source Labs engagement. And the best part of our company is so-called the competency centers. And one of them, which I involved in, is the testing competency center. The idea of those competency centers is actually kind of the collaboration of the experience and persons and experts which we have and which we collect from the thousands of the projects which we have within the company for that 25 years. And within this competency center, we can identify the gaps and see what's the problem and where we can put the accelerator. So basically improve the delivery speed, improve the delivery itself, and help our clients to reach the goal. And of course, we also take a look into the AI in testing. And the aspect which I will cover in this talk will be the defect classification, how we use it for the defects classification. So my pleasure to introduce you the report portal. That's the AI-powered test automation dashboard, how I understand that. And just in a few words, like let's walk through the capabilities so you will have the understanding what is it. So first of all, you should assume it as a single entry point for your testing results, and it can acquire results for all type of the automated testing. It can also collect the API, UI, and unit tests, and also there are the capabilities for the functional manual tests. And once again, that's just like single entry point to collect the all distributed executions which you have within your test automation or within your pipeline, or like whatever you build the testing process. And the integration is quite easy with Report Portal because there is no need to update your test cases. You just integrate it with the testing engine, which basically can send the results in real time into the Report Portal server, which can be deployed on your side. The integration is quite easy because there are a list of the already pre-implemented adapters available on the GitHub, and just like go and connect it to your test automation. The real-time reporting, as I mentioned, is one of the benefits which really helps you to save the time on early reaction. And there is no need to wait until the full execution will be finalized with your tests. And if you will see that first test cases started to fail because of the environment issue, you definitely can stop the automation, fix it, and restart, rather than wait next 8, 6, 10 hours to receive the whole execution completed. Also, Report Portal gives you the possibility to build the quality gates within your pipeline and actually make the test automation as a first-class residence within the CI/CD. And using the open API which we have for it, you can build or receive the go no-go decision within your pipelines. The cherry on top and the killing feature that we have, it is the machine learning. And this tool utilizes the machine learning in order to minimize the effort of the result analysis. So basically that means that all results which you received within the report portal should be triaged by the engineers, and machine learning trained based on the historical data and based on the execution analysis which was made by engineers previously, will use this historical data to analyze newly appearing fails. So, and it also will learn with each new fail, with each new analysis which will be done by engineers, and will help you to minimize this effort for triaging. Just like some extra parts that also can be connected to the test management tools to post the bugs and have the traceable links with your issues. And since we have all this information in database stored at our end, at like within your database on your end, you can visualize all the metrics, statistics, trends, and basically keep eye on your release health and understand where your test automation right now and where you build. This solution is open sourced completely, like everything which is available within the report portal is available for free. You just can go and download it from the GitHub and have it deployed on your own premises without any limitations. So let me switch to the demo part. So this recording will be split in separate pieces, and I will like click between them. So what you see right now on the screen, it's a login page. Report portal can be connected with the single sign-on which you have in your company, the Active Directory, LDAP, or any other authorization algorithms, mechanisms. So the main objects is the spaces within the report portal where you can separate the access to different projects and teams by special permissions. The main objects and the main data is the launches. Like you can understand one launch is equal to one testing session, like all the tests which was executed during the session, or you also can understand it as a Jenkins job, for instance, which execute the test. You also will have the total passed, failed, skipped test cases available here. And the idea of all failed and skipped tests to be marked with the to investigate flag, which means that those items require the attention of the engineer. And the goal for engineers is to distribute those fails across main reasons of the fails, groups of the fails. Since you have all information in database, you also can receive those dashboards and graphics, which will visualize you the state for the build, state for the exact execution, for like acceptance test or smoke test. But let's get back to those details in dashboards a bit later. Back to the executions. For instance, we see one launch right here, and all the data within it will be stored in the same way like you have for your suites, subsuites, folders, and subfolders. Even the multi-threaded executions can be fitted in one launch and collect the multi-threading executions. The main step and the main object in launches is this test, and right now you can see on the screen the tests which have the all like details, attributes, and the category of the fail. All the main details of the test case or test report available right here. You will see the logs, the screenshots, and all the binary data attached right to the test case. You also have the nested steps, which is kind of equal to the logical steps as you have it in BDD. And somebody stopping my video. So back to the test case. So just in one click, you can access the history of the previous executions. You can easily understand what was the state of your execution or your test result in the previous executions, and there is no need to spend the time and triage the Jenkins job to find the HTML reports in that. Everything will be available here, just like under the fingertips. And the sweet part for this presentation that now the report portal has the seamless integration with the source labs. And what you see on the screen right now is the full integration of the South Labs results within the report portal, which means that you can receive and see all the data right from the South Labs servers within the report portal. And that's not the iframe, that's not just part of the page imported from the South Lab. We use API to receive all the data and represent all the information right here at the screen of the test case. You will have the view logs, you will have the metadata, everything you need to analyze your fail just at one screen, along with the all logs which are related to your test case execution. So once you have this information and you can identify what's the root cause of this fail, your goal as engineer to put the resolution and store it like, okay, that's the product bug, we are missing button on UI, that's the link to requirements, or any other sort of information can also be added here. Once you did this analysis, all the information will be updated in runtime and will be available for whole the team. And the main aspect how it can be done, how you make the integration with the South Labs, is that simple small line within the attributes. These attributes shows you the actual ID of the recorded session within the South Labs servers, and we have the example of the code how you can put it there. And just basically update your test cases or testing framework in order to receive this information. I'm switching to another video. So the integration is quite simple. I just go to integrations, which is deployed along with the report portal, and here we have the Source Lab plugin where you should put your name, access token, and the data center which you use. And at our GitHub, you can find the Java examples, which will lead you to the example of the Source Labs integration. So you just go here for the TestNG logback, but we also plan to put it as a separate line in order to simplify the way to access this example. So here how it looks, you just put the required South Labs ID right to the attributes of the report portal, like of the test case which we will send to report portal, and it will show you all the details from the South Labs servers right within the report portal screen. So that's the part for it. Let's next switch to the next video. I'll just basically and we also ready to address the, I would say, new normal what we have right now, and you also can make your collaborative work collaborative with your team, and using the special annotation or special flag to assign the work, you can just put the particular 2 items for investigations and assign them for your group team member to review. So basically that can guarantee that all the fails will be reviewed, and you know that, and you can also manage it as go to this structure, for instance, select the entire suite and assign them to be reviewed by the John in that case. And this will help you to track that all your team is involved and all the fails are analyzed by the team. And when you will have all this analysis done and all the fails marked, you can go to the dashboards and have the information like compare build, like side by side, build to build, how many bugs you have, how much of the product fails you have, how good your team in analyzing results, how good is your platforms. So you can drill down to particular nightly executions and see how good your component within the whole bunch of the tests. And you also can build a dashboard which will show you the information related to the particular execution, like for instance the smoke test, test or acceptance test. You'll see the trend, how it analyzed by the team. What's the trend of the fails? How many new test cases appear? What's the time period? What are the flaky tests? Or what are the most failing tests which you have? And also will have this distribution, which can not only show you that you have the failed test cases, but also can give you the understanding how many of those failed test cases are product bugs and how many of them are automation issues, which is basically give you the value and understanding how good your test automation in finding issues and not just failing because of like environment problems or any other sort of the issues. Jump to the next part. Okay, so that was the representation of the collaborative work and widgets. Now let's go to analysis. So now I will show you how the machine learning works and how you can benefit from its usage. So what we have right now on the screen is the latest execution, which had four failed test cases. And our goal as engineers to walk through those fails, triage those fails, and understand what was the reasons, what were reasons of those fails. So what we see right here, the test cases and the PA means pattern analysis. So this pattern analysis is kind of the static log analysis, which suggests you which part of the patterns was found within the logs. So now it says us that we have null within the environment configuration, and which basically suggests us that it's system issue. So let's put it like environment is not ready for tests. And also report portal will suggest you based on the machine learning selection, what kind of the similar test case or fails you also have within this particular execution. We see that it's like similar one, save it, and now those two test cases will be updated within this execution. So you see that two of those test cases have been changed because of the suggestion. Now we will go to the next part in suggestion. We'll see, okay, something similar to the automation issue here. We put the comment. There is no similar items within that execution, so like basically no similar items suggested. And we can just post the comment for whole team that, okay, that was the wrong locator, the issue submitted to fix it right there, done. We also can post the bug right to the bug tracking system or link the existing issue in order to track the availability, but let's keep it for a while. So now we have 3 or 4 items analyzed, and we just have one left here. We see in the comments assertions, let's put the product bug here. Something is not wrong with the execution, and done. So now we have 4 items completely analyzed. We go to the launch sections. We see that we have 0 items to investigate. We have distributed reasons of the fails. And now let's assume we have next execution, which now received 7 fails. So we see more failed test cases in that case. And what we can do, first of all, we can start the pattern analysis. It also can be triggered automatically right after execution finalized. And we see that pattern did found 4 equal fails. But let's do the ML stuff. We just start the machine learning to analyze the results. It takes kind of seconds to review the fails. And what we see right now that some of them was marked with the auto investigate flag and errors, which means that that was analyzed by the machine. And now we have just only new test case which appeared within this latest execution and which is not similar to the previous fails. So this approach significantly saves the time to review the fails and point attention only to those items which the new one, first of all, and also help you to spend the time on bug fixes or bugs or test case implementation rather than just reviewing the logs your daily routine. But let's just jump quick to this failed test case. Again, something stopping my video from playing. Well, we see that it's also the assertion, most likely a product bug. We leave the comment as no button on UI and save it. We also can link it with existing bug if we know that it's already submitted in the system. So just put the link here or the ID from your Jira or Rally, whatever you have. And now we have the pre-assigned ticket issue or link to the bug, which correspond to particular fail. And this helps you to build the traceability between your testing results and bugs. So now what I will do, I will import another execution, a new one. Let me switch to next sliced video. Okay, now we have it. So I did import the latest execution. It shows us that they have 8 fails right now. I execute the analysis, which will use the ML to understand it based on the previous executions. Give it a few seconds. And now we see that all fails were categorized according to the reason of the fails. And we have one more product bug appeared within this execution. If we will go down to those failed test cases, we will see that it is the same reason of the fail with the same bug which is attached within the looks like my video went back to the beginning. Jump here. Okay, so this capability helps you to analyze the results and pay attention to the implementation of the new test cases rather than triaging the failed results from day to day. And let me just switch back to the presentation and highlight the main capabilities what we have here. So first of all, again, the report portal is a single entry point for your test automation results, no matter how much you have, how distributed across the environments. You can have one single entry point which can acquire the multi-threaded executions in one place. The source labs data, if you have it and if you use it, source labs can be easily and seamlessly integrated within this test automation log. So you'll have one entry point to see the executions and analyze the fails. We have the capability to use the machine learning in order to finalize and categorize the failed test cases based on your historical data. And as more analysis you do, the more smart this analysis will become and more data it will consider for analysis. The report portal is already ready for the new normal, which can give you the collaborative work via the assignments. So you can distribute the tasks or kind of the tasks to review the fails across the team and track them with the widget how good your team in reviewing those fails. And also it gives you the dashboard, as I said, which gives you the capability to understand what's your actual build state. Well, in short form, that is it. If you will have the interest to understand how the machine learning works, please welcome to our landing page where you will find the links to the YouTube channel where we will post the video with the detailed description how the machine learning works on the background. Because from the end user perspective, it's quite simple and quick, just a few seconds, but all the magic is happening on the background. I also would like to highlight that we have another open source accelerators, the same like report portal, completely free and open source. We have the Drill4j, which help you to minimize the regression cycle and work with the test gap analysis and the test impact analytics, and suggest you the subset of the test which you should re-execute once you receive the new build. We also have free and open source self-healing libraries called Helenium, which is aimed to self-heal your Selenium-based test cases, and it will replace your broken locators with a valid one in runtime, and it uses the HTML DOM structure and some sort of the, not kind of a malicious, but kind of it algorithms to does all this magic. And also the carrier tool, which is aimed to shift the performance and security testing into your pipeline, shift it left, and make performance and security and all the non-functional testing as like first one resident of your pipelines. So, as I said, we are the specialized partner of the South Lab, so we can support you with your journey to the CI/CD practices. So we can help you with the audit discovery and the transformation implementation. So do not hesitate to contact us. And again, our landing page for the report portal dashboard, which is open source dashboard and available for everyone. You can find the links from the report portal.io page. We are open sourced by and distributed under the Apache license, and that's my nickname, which you can use to find me across the multiply social media and etc. So basically, in a short form, that is it. You're welcome with any questions. I know. Do you have any? Yeah, I guess. So the Barbara asks, can we trigger the analysis automatically from the CI/CD pipeline? Yes, you can, and there is the configuration within the project settings. You just put the toggle like enable the auto analysis after the execution finished, and you're done. Also, since we have Open API, you also can trigger it via the API call with the just curl command and receive the same result. So short answer is yes. Okay, so guys, we run out of the time. If you have any questions, you can find the channel in Slack called Using ML to Find the Value. Please join this Slack channel and I will comment all your questions going forward. I will copy them to the corresponding Slack chat. So please join and thank you for listening.